Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your May 2021 Astrological Forecast. I'd like to take this time to remind you, to subscribe to my channel, check out the Ask Me a Question, and also there's a link to my website if you would like to have your personal chart done, and they're both located in the description below this video. And check out my weekly forecasts. So the month starts off with the sun in Taurus and a new moon in Taurus on the 11th, where you have Taurus in your chart as your 6th house of the kind of work that you do, the workplace, your co-workers, your work schedule. It's also the house of service and the house of health. Okay, the planet Uranus has been transiting here for a while and will be here for a few more years. So the kind of work that you do may have changed a lot, either by choice or maybe circumstances that have come into your life in the workplace. A lot of times people just get up and quit wherever it is that you work. You may have even been one of them. But new opportunities actually exist for you to branch out, actually get involved in something far more interesting than possibly what you're doing right now. Even if you don't work at all or you're retired, you are still doing something on the side that it's not just for fun, it's to bring in money, extra income, or to become your main source of income. But it's something pretty different or unique. One of the possibly sciences, such as any kind of science, but we also have to cover like astrology or something like that. Anything that you could possibly be into that is a little different than a normal line of work, okay, whatever that is. So, Venus and Mercury are here just like the very first few days of May. Then everything moves into Gemini. So these planets were already here in April. So you should have had a lot more activity going on in the kind of work that you do, or the workplace, or more contact with your co-workers, or something or other. But around that new moon here on the 11th, looks like you are beginning a completely new project, or are branching out in some other area of your current interest, or taking on a new client or a new way of doing things, changing your schedule in some way or other, or changing something about your current project that you're tweaking a little bit more to the way you want it to be. Okay, so it actually looks pretty good. Now, this is also the house of health. If you were planning on having any kind of checkup, you could receive, I would have to say, good news around that new moon of the 11th. Also, this is the house of service to others, which is just, you doing it. I call it the house of favors, more or less, because it's usually a 50-50 thing where you do something for someone and they do something for you because you both need help, and it evens out. It like works well because you can help each other in some way or other. Maybe you have some kind of new beginning in this area even. Around that new moon. And also this is the house of small pets, so I'd have to say there could be a cat or dog or parakeet or something or other, turtle, hamster, whatever, coming into your life. Okay, if that's what you were looking for, maybe you'll just go out and find one yourself. Anyway, so the sun moves into Gemini on the 20th, but Mercury moves into Gemini on the 3rd, and Venus moves here on the 8th. So you'll have these three planets in your 7th house of close relationships, of partnerships, romantic or business, or just like close friends, okay? So this is where your focal point is. When the sun moves here, you may have a lot more contact with let's say if you're in business with someone, but I would have to say romance. This might have a lot to do with romance here. Uh, Anything that you have going on in your relationships right now, having Venus here uh, brings about a lot more pleasant times with a romantic partner. It could be, though, there's a full moon lunar eclipse in your sign, okay, on the 26th. It's directly across, this occurs in your first house, and it's directly across from your seventh house of Gemini and your partnerships or close relationships. So around that time, there could be something going on in your relationship that you would like to change, or that isn't working for you, or something or other, okay? So this is the time that would come out. You would kind of like, it might even just blurt out of your mouth, or you just can't stand it or whatever at this time, and you just really need to get whatever off of your chest. And that would more than likely be the time that you would do something like that. So if you're having any kind of problems in your close relationships, that would be the time to really, get it all squared away. And having Venus in your seventh house at the same time as this full moon makes it so whatever you're saying isn't taken very harshly, or it doesn't make you look bad or even feel bad. Maybe both parties are like in agreement that, yeah, this has to change or whatever in the relationship. So that's good, right? So Mars, okay, Mars currently is in Cancer, and where you have Cancer in your chart is your 8th house of other people's resources and money, inheritances, legacies, insurance, and legal settlements and payouts, refunds, credit, credit cards, bank accounts, any kind of money coming to you through means other than earning it. Okay. At the same time, Pluto is in Capricorn in your second house of money. The second and 8th house are money houses. Okay, second house is how you earn your money. So Pluto went retrograde at the end of April, meaning that it's there's like a review more or less going on within your second house of how you earn income. In fact, though, you could be due some money in some way or other that you never received, okay, for whatever reason. When this planet is retrograde, it maybe this possibility of comes up that, it's whomever, let's say, like the 8th house is also institutions, financial institutions, like a bank or the IRS. It's taxes, okay? So there could have been money that was supposed to come to you. This could also might possibly have something to do with unemployment. Maybe you're owed back if you are on unemployment, or if you were trying to get it and couldn't, and who knows what happened. They would owe you like weeks and weeks of back pay, more or less. So something like that could actually pop up during this time, okay, once this planet goes retrograde. Also, though, having Mars, in your 8th house makes you very aggressive in going after money that is yours, or something that is yours, but it also makes creditors a little bit aggressive too. So they may come after you too, but it doesn't seem like it's anything that you can't handle. It's just that you may be hearing more from creditors at this time, but this could just be a time of the year when you receive, let's say, like property taxes, or you're dealing with your tax return in America, with the IRS or something like that, or it's a bill that you're aware of that comes probably around this time of year anyway, so it's not like a very big deal. But it is something that you possibly were expecting, okay? This is also a time, though, too, where, you're the big gamblers of the Zodiac, and you may want to, well, I don't want to say continue gambling, because you might do that, something like that, fairly often, but your chances of winning may be a little bit better with Mars here in the 8th house. That'll come and go, but I would really try, if I were going to do anything, around that full moon would probably be like the best time. Or, when the moon is in Aries, something like that. But it's better, I would have to say, around that full moon. So, Saturn also in Aquarius in your third house is also turning retrograde on the 23rd. Okay, Jupiter is in Aquarius, but is briefly moving into Pisces on the 13th. I'll get to that in a minute, okay, because right now, Saturn turning retrograde in your third house of your everyday life, in your neighborhood and your neighbors, and your communications, regular postal mail, email, telephone calls, messages, things like that, actual letters, anything that you've written. It's your siblings, your cousins, anywhere that you would normally go in your neighborhood. Let's say, like, okay, that there was construction going on in your area, okay, and it stopped finally, but it seemed like it was never ending. Well, guess what? When this planet turns retrograde, they'll be back. It seems, anyway. So you may be rerouted again through your neighborhood, just due to something like that, or for some reason or other. Okay, or transportation could become a problem. If you drive a car or a truck or something like that, something you had fixed may come around again, or maybe what was fixed wasn't really the problem. There's something new that pops up. You could also receive like mail that you never got, okay, that was supposed to go to you. Your mail went somewhere else, or you're getting somebody else's mail, or whatever. It's a good time to also check your spam folder in your email. Mercury in Gemini actually goes retrograde on the 29th, so I'm not covering that until next month, because it just happens so late in the month. Okay, but it might affect you a little bit because it's your opposite sign, so you might want to keep that in mind, any kind of communications that you're having. In fact, when Saturn turns retrograde, you might, this is like your speaking voice in a way, okay? Actually, your sixth house is your actual voice, but what you write or say or communicate or whatever, you may feel confined or restricted, or like you're not allowed to say whatever you really feel, what you would like to say, So that could come around too, or, you could just, I don't know. There's all kinds of possibilities here. It's not too big of a deal, though, but it's just had to tell you that planet's going retrograde, okay? It's a review. That's what happens when planets go retrograde. They review the area that where they just were. So Jupiter moves into Pisces on the 13th. Just briefly, it's in very low degrees, okay? It'll be here till July 28th, then it moves back into Aquarius and will go in Aquarius direct all the way to December, and then at the end of December it moves into Pisces to begin its transit there for like next year. Okay, but when it moves into your fourth house of your home, your family, the very home or place where you live and the property surrounding it, your personal life, the people you live with, your actual physical home, and your childhood, your past. It brings very nice things here. The planet Neptune is already here. It's been here for a while. These two planets together, though, bring about a very kind of like spiritual, religious happening to them. I'm not sure if that could actually occur within your home, but Jupiter's the good luck planet. So wherever it's transiting, no matter how briefly, because it will move here at the end of December. So this just gives you an idea of what to expect, kind of. in, you know, this brief period from May to July. But I think that maybe kind of you are able to purchase something for your home that you've been wanting. Okay, these two planets together bring about a dream-like quality. Okay, so I'd have to say this could be something you dreamed of owning, maybe. Just because the Pluto retrograde in your second house, okay, and the Mars in your eighth house, the money houses. So money may be coming to you and enable you to buy something that you've wanted, but it doesn't necessarily have to be for your house, because this is also your personal life. So it's something personal. It's a me gift. A gift from me to me. Okay? So the best time to do something each month is when the moon is in your own sign, and the moon is in Sagittarius on the 26th and 27th. Best time to lay low is when the moon is in your opposite sign, and your opposite sign is Gemini, and those dates are the 12th, 13th, and 14th. The best time for romance, recreation, creativity, fun, anything dealing with gambling or speculation, and anything dealing with children. The 7th, 8th, 9th, 22nd, and 23rd. The best time for money is the 1st, 2nd, 15th, 16th, 17th, 28th, and 29th. The best time for your career is the 19th, 20th, and 21st. And the best time for communication and travel is the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 30th, and 31st. So I hope you enjoyed your astrological forecast for May. Please subscribe to my channel, check out my weekly forecast, and I will see you then. Goodbye.